Happy Friday, everybody. It is Friday, October 24th, 2025. My name is Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. I have been an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator for over 28 years now, and I love what I do. I am here to help you find the joy of card making and paper crafting, to give you tips and tricks to make it easier and more fun for you, and then to encourage you to send those cards out to someone else to make their day. The goal is to eradicate loneliness one card at a time. Quick update on my granddaughter Makai's team. They are in regional soccer playoffs trying to get to state. They lost last night 1-0, and it was a heartbreaker, but it's a double elimination type situation, I guess. So they play again tomorrow, about 2.5 hours away. I'm hoping to ride with my daughter and get to see her game. Yeah, keep your fingers crossed they win. I would love her to get to state in her senior year, but we'll see what happens. So it is another beautiful day here in Middle Tennessee. It is partly sunny, high clouds, only going to get a high of 66 again, and we're getting down to 38 degrees tonight. So chilly at night. That'll probably change. We'll get some warmer weather. I'm sure this is a false fall, but I'm enjoying it, loving every minute of it. Hi, Shar. And we have rain coming in for 5 days straight starting Sunday night. So that'll be interesting. I hope it doesn't knock all the leaves off, because they're just starting to turn and look so pretty. And when you get so much rain, it can happen. So I hope it does not, but we will see. Thank you, Shar, just got a cut yesterday. So if you are hopping on to watch, please be sure to say hello in the comments. That way I know you stopped by, and I love to see that. And if you're watching later on the replay, let me know that also. Every comment you leave today through midnight tomorrow will have a chance or opportunity to get in the drawing to win the card we make today. So I love to get your comments. So please be sure to do that. Congratulations to the winner of my last card, Linda Marshall. Linda, thank you so much for watching and commenting. I will get that right out in the mail to you. Hi, Karen. Glad you're here. Hi, Eileen. Eileen, I'm sorry. Tell me again, is it a long A or a short A? I forget. But I am glad you are watching. Okay, let's see. A reminder, if you can share my video to a crafty group. Yes, Karen, I did. I just got a cut yesterday. Thank you. Oh, sounds good, Stephanie. I get it. I hope you do catch me later, though. That would be great. Anyway, back to where I was. If you can share my video to a crafty group, to a crafty friend, send me by email to someone, anything like that you do, I really appreciate. It gives me exposure for my small business. And if you do that, let me know, and I will give you a bonus entry in today's drawing. Oh, Berg, Karen, that is cold. Yeah, I thought we were getting cold, but that is a little brisk. Yeah, I think that was it. Let's take you down to my table. I'm going to turn you around. You'll see my outside. It's a little color out there. Maybe catch a glimpse of it now before it goes away with the rain. We'll see. Down to my table. This is me, Maureen Rolfes, also known as the Crazy Stamping Lady. My blog is crazystampinglady.blogspot.com. My email is crazystampinglady@gmail.com. Facebook is facebook.com/crazystampinglady. My YouTube is under my name, Maureen Rolfes, and you can shop with me at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. And if you shop with me, you will earn Stampin' Up! Rewards on every order of $20 or more. You automatically will receive 10% in rewards that you can use on a future purchase. Those rewards are redeemable for up to 1 year, which is fantastic. You can get your account at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. Be sure that you opt in for the rewards program and that you opt in for me to be able to contact you. That way I can send you emails, which I promise will not be a ton of them, a couple a month possibly. And I can also send you catalogs when the new catalogs come out if you qualify. I cannot do that if you don't opt in, unfortunately. Okay, I have a card to share with you that is stinking adorable. It is from my friend Joan in Arizona, and it has this adorable little vampire on the front, and it's on a cobweb backing here with the spider crawling up to him, and he's all sparkly and shimmery. And then inside there's a joke. It says, "When vampires diet," and it has a picture of a vampire saying "Blood Light, please," instead of Bud Light. She even put some little sparkly bats on the inside. So adorable, Joan. Thank you so much for thinking of me. It'll go right up on my mantle to be displayed for Halloween. So appreciated. And then I did want to share with you the current Paper Pumpkin kit that we just got. So Paper Pumpkin is our subscription kit that comes every month. And every now and then I'll come on and share a little bit about it just to remind you of it. I love our Paper Pumpkins. I never miss one. I think they're so cute. I end up buying refills for them. But this one is a Christmas one. And it features these 3 cards, and you're going to make 3 of each of them. So it's 9 cards with these beautiful printed envelopes. I'm going to show you one of them that I made. So I made this one right here, just as it shows it. I don't know if you can tell on screen, but these little areas right here are flocked. If you rub your fingers across them, they have flocking on them, as well as the star. And it has you lay down the peak of the tree, but pop up the bottom of each layer. So lay down the top of this one and pop it up, and then this one. And it gives you a ton of beautiful dimension on your trees. Now I'm playing with this weekend because on the 29th, we will be having our Paper Pumpkin blog hub, and that has alternative ideas. So like I said, this one was made just like the kit because I wanted to try it because I love that card. But then I will be playing and coming up with some alternatives for that blog hub. Paper Pumpkin, you can just go online to my site and you can subscribe to it. You cannot get this kit because it is a past kit unless you subscribe. If you subscribe, and then there's extra kits, they put them out there, but you can only order those if you are a current Paper Pumpkin subscriber. So let me know if you have any questions on that. You can contact me by email at crazystampinglady@gmail.com. And just a peek, this is the stamp set that came with it this time. It's got Merry Christmas, which is a gorgeous Merry Christmas that I used on that card. Deck the Halls, Joy, To the World, a star, and then all these like little snowflake images. So super, super cute Paper Pumpkin this month. Although, like I said, I love every one of them, it seems like. So move those out of the way. Few things going on. Free shipping. Today is the last day of our 3 days of free shipping. Orders have to be closed by midnight Mountain Time for them to go through. Never wait till the last minute if you can avoid it, because at the end of a sale, there can be glitches and problems. So I would order earlier today if you're going to order. It applies to any cart after you meet $75 in purchases, before shipping and handling, and after you've applied any of your rewards. So that's an important thing to remember. You could hit 75, but then you apply $15 rewards. That drops you back down to 60 for the free shipping. So you'd have to put in 15 more. Just to be aware of that. So that's what they're talking about. Any coupon codes you might have received from Stampin' Up!, any rewards will lower your amount. So be sure you qualify at the $75 level. Paper Pumpkin subscriptions and month-to-month subscriptions do not qualify for this offer, but if you are a subscriber and you get any of the refills or past kits or add-ons that are available, they do qualify, but you have to be a subscriber to get those. My free virtual card class that I offer every month is for qualifying purchases with me in the month of October. To earn the free online class kit, you just have to place a $50 order to get the 3-card packet, a $75 to get the 3-card packet plus a bonus project, and $100 to get the 3-card packet and a bonus project and a half a pack of an embellishment. If you take advantage of the free shipping and you get to the $75 level, then you're automatically going to be at that level for me too. So you get both of those bonuses, which is super great. Any order I receive that doesn't qualify for one of these kits will receive a handmade card from me as a thank you, and all orders are entered into my monthly order prize drawing. The November class for these kits that are earned in October will be on Monday, November 10th, 2025. I will get your kits out to you by the 1st of the month, so you should have them in plenty of time, and I look forward to creating with you. Okay, our best starter kit offer. I can't say this enough, guys. There is not a better deal out there right now, or ever for that matter, on Stampin' Up! Product. And there is no commitment long term. So I'm just saying that because people freak out and think, oh, I don't know if I want to do this. You can get the current starter kit for $35, and you can pick out $125 of anything you want that is available for sale right now. You get to choose. It is an awesome deal. It'll be plus tax, but no shipping. Or you can choose to go with the larger kit. So for just $99, you can get $189 worth of any products you want. It is an amazing deal. I am going to do a live video right here next Tuesday, October 28th at 2 in the afternoon, just to go over this deal with you a little more in depth and explain to you how it works and how there is no commitment and what it means, just so you have an idea what it is to be a crazy stamping lady. If you joined with me, you can sign up at stampingwithmaureen.stampinup.net. Just click that join button. I would love to have you as part of my team. By signing up right now, you will stay active through the month of March, even in 2026, guys, even if you don't purchase anything additional. So you'll get to see sneak peeks, you'll get videos to watch. There'll be a lot of fun stuff out there for you. So please consider this. I don't make anything more by you signing up on this. In fact, I lose out on those sales because they don't count toward me, but I still want you to do it. I think it is worth it. It is such a wonderful deal. I want you to be able to get the most for your money. And then today starts our sketch challenge number 31. I'm going to bring this down to be sure it's in screen for you. This is the sketch. Now, we did a similar sketch in 2023. This one is a little different. That was vertical, which you can change how you want, but I'm going to start with this one horizontal, and my measurements and layers are just a little bit different, but pretty darn close. The reason I picked this is because it is such a simple, easy sketch, and it would be great for you to use to cut up all of your designer series paper. It makes it go a long way, and you could do some gorgeous Christmas cards. So we're going to make a fun card with this today. The measurements on here are just as they are on this sketch. So that's what we're starting with. But remember, with my sketch challenges, you can change them up. So you could make these layers larger, you could make these layers smaller, you could do vertical, you could do horizontal. You can do whatever you want to do to mix this up. I will be posting a post in the featured post at the top of this page for this sketch challenge. And all you need to do is make your best card with those layers, however you want to do it, and then post that there in that sketch challenge post in the comments. And then on the 1st of November, I will draw for a winner for a fun little prize. So I'm going to move this out of the way for now, but I will bring in my actual sketch. That this is how I make them. I just use scraps and figure out how I want my layout. So I'm going to keep this right here just so we can kind of follow that as we go. In my packet, I have all these pieces, so let me kind of just dump them out here. We start out with a basic white envelope, okay? Then I have a base of basic black. This is a regular 8.5 by 5.5 A2 base scored at 4 1/4. We're going to be using this one horizontally. I'm going to go just like the sketch, although you could switch it up and do a vertical one if you wanted to. Do it however you like. You could also switch and put your long strips to the right and to the left instead of to the left and to the right and to the left, yes. Instead of to the left and to the right. I got it. Up and down. You can switch any of those that you want. This is just a jumping off point to get your creativity sparked. Okay, so here's our base. Then we have inside a layer of basic white that is 3.5 by 5 inches, which is my normal inside layer that I use now on my cards. That way I can get 5 of them out of a sheet of cardstock rather than 4. We also have a piece of our gold foil. This piece is 3 3/4 by 5. And I love our gold foil. I'm usually kind of chintzy with it and hoarding it. But for the card we made today, I want it for Christmas. I want it to shine. I want it to sparkle. So I'm going to use that whole layer with the gold foil. Also, we have 2 strips of designer series paper. All of these designs are from, let me grab it right here, the Modern Christmas paper, which is beautiful. I've used it at least on one other card on one of my lives, and I know I've used it on a couple other things I've done. I'm going to be picking out a couple papers and using them today on this card, but I will show you an alternative at the end that uses a couple other designs. Same layout, different designs of paper on it. Okay, so we have 2 strips of designer series paper. These are 1 inch by 3 3/4 inch. We have 2 shorter strips of designer series paper. These are 1 inch by 2.5 inch. We also have 2 pieces of designer series paper. These are just approximately 1/2 inch strips. In this case, they're scraps, so I can't say they're exactly a 1/2 inch, but they're pretty close. One of them is a 1/2 inch by 5 inch for the inside of the card. One is a 1/2 inch by 4.5 inches, and that's going to go, whoops, if I can get it back. I just dropped it on the floor. My head's probably going under the screen. This is going to go on our envelope. And then I have that centerpiece. That centerpiece was 1 1/4 by 2.5. And I'm going to add one more layer to my centerpiece. And this one is going to be 1 inch by 2 1/4. So it'll go right on top of there. And we're going to fussy cut some trees. So you got the whole scoop now. Let's get putting this card together. The first thing I'm going to do is come in here with my longer scrap of that matching designer series paper. I am going to put some seal down the whole length of that and then add it to the bottom of my inside piece of cardstock. Okay, just like that. And when I use scraps, I try to cut them exact. This one's just a hair longer, so I'm going to trim it off. So it's a good idea to put your scraps on before you add it to the inside of your card, because that way, if it is too long, you can always trim it off. I'm going to add my sentiment to here too. So the sentiments we're using today come from the Wishing You Joy set. I like this because I always hang on to extra Christmas sentiment sets. I may not like the sentiment in the card, or it may not be the right size, but this one's kind of fun because what it does is it has several sentiments in 3 different fonts, so you can use them as you wish. So it has Wishing You Joy in the scripty up here, in a real smaller block letter, and then kind of in a typewriter type. Also has Sending You Cheer in those same 3 things, Noel in the same 3, and May Your Christmas Be Bright also in the same 3 fonts. So you can mix and match them, or you can just choose the ones that fit best on your card. For today's card, I went with that typeset kind of image. So we're doing the May Your Christmas Be Bright and the Wishing You Joy on this card. This is currently available. It's in the fall catalog, and it's just one of those fun sets that covers a lot of territory, and I like that. So I'm going to add my sentiment to here. Now I can tell now that I have this strip on here that it was a scrap, and I should have trimmed it up a little bit. It's just a hair wider on this end than it is on here, but I'm going to leave it. I don't think anyone's going to really care about that too much. Hopefully not. If you win the card, I hope you don't care. Anyway, it's going to go with that. I'm tipping it upside down because that way when I stamp, I can have the sentiment closer to me. I do that because I can't really get my head under the camera well here, but I also just do it when I stamp sometimes because it brings the part I'm stamping closer to me. Wishing you joy, that's for the inside of our card. And since we're on this part of it, let's just add our other scrap. Now this one's a little better and straighter, so that part's good. I always cut these 4.5 inches. It makes it slightly larger than what I need on my envelope, and then I just trim off any excess. And we're going to come in here, whoops, and I'm going to place that one right along the edge of the envelope, like that. So you can see how it sticks over just a bit, and then I trim it down. So we're going to decorate our envelope to match the inside of the card, and I'm going to put that same sentiment on here that says, wishing you joy. Last night when I made my prototype of this, after I added my strip, I realized I had it on the wrong side. So when I mail that, whoever gets it, that little flap's going to be on the bottom. But you know what? It won't matter. I can't sweat the small stuff, guys. I need to really have fun with what I'm doing. If you're not having fun, you're doing it wrong. So no sweating the small stuff. Okay, so there's our beautiful envelope. Let's take this piece that we put the sentiment on and add it to the inside of our card. So anyone have any wonderful plans for this weekend? It is going to be a lovely weekend here until the rains come in, so I'm going to make the most of it. I have a kit class here on Sunday afternoon. I have a lunch tomorrow. My husband and I are going to the retired peace officers lunch up in Los Angeles. Not Los Angeles, up in Nashville. You can tell my California days are coming through. We're going to the Bavarian Bear House for their Oktoberfest. So with the police officers group, that's going to be a lot of fun. Tomorrow night, I'm hoping to get to my granddaughter's game. That's 2.5 hours away. It's going to be a super, super busy weekend for me. Okay, so that's the inside of our card. Look how pretty that looks. I'm going to come in here with my layer of gold. Now, the one thing about foil paper is when you are working with it, you have to be careful to not get any adhesive on it. You cannot just get the adhesive off. It doesn't work. It always is going to make it look a little messy and icky. So be really careful with that. The worst of all of them is Tombow glue. If you can get that on there, it's a mess. So look at all that shine and shimmer for the holidays. And then we're going to just follow our pattern to place our pieces here. So I'm going to take the two with the strips, and we're going to just add some seal to the back of here. And this is going to come down, and you can see on the actual sketch here, it's going to come down pretty darn close to this corner here. Trying to get it pretty straight like that. Then I'm going to take my other one, and I'm going to flip it so that my wider lines are on the outside for no reason whatsoever except that I like that, which is a good enough reason, guys. If you're making cards and there's a way you like it, then go with that. Now this got a little bit of seal off the edge, so I'm taking my finger to make sure I rub that off because I don't want to get any of that onto this beautiful gold foil paper and ruin it. We'll do the same thing up in this corner, pretty darn close, leaving a little border. And then I'm going to take these two pieces and we're going to lay them on here and here, just like that. So let's do this one. And I'm going to do the same thing on this one. This one has more black on one edge. I'm going to put that more black to the outer edge on each side. And just kind of centering this one over here and coming down. So you should have, oh, that wasn't super straight. Let's see if I can fix it at all. I may be able to. I'm going to use my hot breath, guys, to try to lift that. Yeah, if you breathe on the underside where the adhesive is, you can lift it easier. It kind of releases that for a second so you can pull it up. Okay, so we're going to put that one there. We're going to do this same strip on the other side, putting that darker edge here to the outside. Let's see if I can get this one straighter the first time. Like that. Okay, so there are our 4 pieces around the edge. And then I'm going to stamp my sentiment for the outside onto this little piece of basic white. And it says, "May your Christmas be bright." And I'm going to put it on here, center top to bottom, but over to the right side. So we can add an image to the left side. Excuse my scratchy throat. You know me. I always have a scratchy throat. I don't know if it's allergies. I don't know if I just have a throat issue, but man, it drives me nuts. So I'm going to sip of my coffee. Hang on. Oh, that coffee tastes so good. Okay, let's put this "May your Christmas be bright" right on top of our black layer and center it. Now these would be super fast to make assembly style, because if you just cut up all your DSPs and you can mix and match them, you could get a ton out of those DSPs. If you don't want to use gold, you could use a different color layer there. You could use a white layer there and it would be great, or you could use a white card and a black layer there. There's ways to get around that if you don't want to, you know, get all that gold, which is a little more expensive. But for Christmas, guys, it's worth pulling out some of those stops. Okay, so we're going to raise this one up on dimensionals, and I'm just going to use my dimensional scraps from the sides here because I have them, and when I have them, I don't want to waste them, so we're going to use them. Do not throw those away because they are awesome, and they work just like any other dimensional. Plus, you can get the strips, which is kind of nice sometimes. We're going to put this last one right here in the middle. Just like that. Peel those backings off. And then I'm going to place this centered between all of those strips, doing my best to get it pretty, really darn centered and straight. Okay, so there. May your Christmas be bright. And then we need to add just some kind of image on here. So I have this strip of trees. You could use any of them. What we're going to do is we're going to place them next to our sentiment, like here, here, here. So it doesn't matter if you're using 1 tree, 2 trees, 3 trees. I'm going to end up using probably all of them on some of my Christmas cards. But for this one, I'm going to go with the 2 tree cluster here. And I love this paper because all of the trees have gold on them. So when you're using one side, the gold side of your designer series paper, and then you're adding these little trees as an image, oh my gosh, so pretty and festive. When you're fussy cutting, it's best to hold your scissors, kind of giving it a firm pressure, and gently rotate your paper if you can. It gives you a little more control where you're cutting, and a nice smooth rounded edge as you go. So I'm mostly holding my scissors with pressure and rotating my paper. I hope you can see that. I'm a fussy cutter. Let me know in the comments if you're a fussy cutter. I love to fussy cut. It is very relaxing to me. I will grab sheets of things I have stamped or sheets of designer series paper and bring them out in front of the TV and just fussy cut while I'm watching TV at night. And I love it. So I would like to know what you think about that. Do you love fussy cutting, or are you a hater like a lot of people are? So you're not alone. Actually, either way, I don't think you're alone, because I actually know a lot of women that love to fussy cut too. Okay, so there are our fussy cut trees. Now I'm going to lay this on here and just see how it lays. Okay, so it's going to go like that. Most of this is going to be on top of here, but this little peak is not. And because of that, I'm going to add a mini dimensional because I want that to stand up on the card and not get all squished down. And then the only part that might be off is a little of this edge right here. So I'm going to put my seal here and here, but not right up to that edge where it might be off a little bit, okay? Hope that makes sense. So I always lay them there, think about where I need my glue before I put it on so that I don't mess it up. And then we're going to come in here and we're going to place this right next to our sentiment, coming off the edge here a little bit, and then that last final dimensional right there. What do you think, guys? Isn't that a cute Christmas card? I love it, and it follows that so well. Again, you can mix it up, but I love the way this looks. And then I want to add just a little bit of bling. So we're going to pull in our rhinestone basic jewels, which again are inexpensive. You get a ton of them for your money. They are a staple and a standard, and I always have a bunch of them on hand. We're just going to use these tiny ones. You can see they're my favorite because I almost always have other sizes left over. But I think we're just going to. Maybe I should change my mind on that. How do I want to do these? I'm going to mix this up a little bit. I do think we're going to use all three sizes. So I am going to place a large one up here in the middle of one of those circle-y designs. And this also works great if you are repeating a pattern, like I kept the dark on the outside. Then when I place my gems, I can do them kind of symmetrical. So that's what I'm going to do on here. We're going to go with 6 rather than 3, which I know is not an odd number, but you'll see why I'm doing it. So we're going to place that one there so they are symmetrical. I'm going to take my middle ones and put it right on this black one right there. And the same thing. I got to count how many I'm going up. So there's one row in between. So I went one full, so we're going to come here one full. So I'm going to place that one right here to keep this symmetrical, like that. And then we'll take one of our tinier ones, and I'm going to place it down in the middle of this one right here. Now you can mix and match and move them wherever you want, whatever you like. But I think they fit perfectly on there. And so now I've formed a little triangle with my gems here, and a triangle with my gems here, which is why 6 works. It's not an odd number altogether, but it's odd on each side and still very visually appealing. So I hope you like that, guys. Look how fast and simple that was. I love these. I will be making some of these for my holiday cards. There's the one we made today. You can see how it matches the diagram exactly. I will post again a picture in the featured section for this sketch challenge sometime today. Just make your card the way you want to make it. It doesn't have to be Christmas. It doesn't have to be laid out like this. It can be anything. And post it there in the comments of that section, and you'll have a chance to win a prize from me. Now let me show you my prototype that I did last night. Move this out of the way. It's exactly the same. Honestly, the only difference is I cut out 2 different trees, and I used 1 different designer series paper. So let's pull that one out. That one is right here. So these are basically the same exact cards, but what I like about that is you can mix and match all the DSPs and use up all those scraps. And then the other thing I did on here that I told you about earlier, I'm going to show you, is I did put that strip on the wrong side of my card and stamped it. But this one will just open at the bottom, and I don't think anyone is going to care if they get a Christmas card from me and the envelope opens from the bottom. So what do you think? I'd love to hear. Let me know what you think of this sketch. Let me know if you think of this card. I want to thank you for being with me today. I will post the recipe and the card picture in the comments today. I hope you liked it. Don't forget to leave your comments. Each comment counts as an entry to win today's card. And if you share me, you will get a bonus entry for that share. Just let me know. A reminder that today is the last day of that free shipping, guys. I can't tell you how many times I tell people this, and then someone will contact me tomorrow and say, is that free shipping thing over? Yes, it will be over tomorrow. Today is the last day, so take advantage of it if you're interested. Also, I would love to have your business. If you're looking for any Stampin' Up! Products or have any crafty questions, please contact me at crazystampinglady@gmail.com. I'm here to answer your questions and be your creative coach. I do plan to be back here next week, if all goes well. My life has been so crazy lately. I can't believe that I cannot get ahead, which I can't. You would think I wasn't retired. But right now, I do have it on my calendar for Tuesday morning, 10:30 a.m. Central Time, same place, and then another video live here at 2 o'clock where I will go over the starter kit and that opportunity. Thank you all. See you all soon. Bye-bye.